Profile reconstruction complete.
Perfect. Testing, and all that good stuff. Eventually, the testing proves somewhat fruitful. Welcome, guys. This is Thief here from Ultra and Thief, and I know it's a bit weird that I'm uploading a Mass Effect playthrough while also uploading a Mass Effect playthrough.
What about Shepard?
But there's two specific reasons for that. The one I'm doing right now is for FemShep is all luck based, so that's all like I roll a dice, I flip a coin, and that dictates my actions. And the only time it doesn't dictate my immediate actions if it's like not important to the story or anything. Like if I'm not doing any dialogue for anybody, it's like okay.
That's the only kind
like
of
if I can interrogate somebody because I have the available points into it, I guess, for like charm or whatnot, then it's like, alright, I'll do that. But the only thing that was constant about it are the weapons I'm using, the class I'm using, and maybe the romance options. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding on whether or not I should do that at all, or just leave it up to a coin toss. But this version is my male Shep. So this is like the character that I'm playing through where it's like, okay, I'll make the choices here. These are the options I want to say, this is what I'm thinking about, but because I'm playing them both back to back, I might skip some dialogue or just not ask any questions that I don't feel the need to ask if I've already asked them on the other one. Because, you know, it's just repeat dialogue or cutscenes. And then some stuff I might edit out a bit here and there if I don't think it's important, like me wandering around the ship or whatnot. But I do enjoy the cutscenes and the fact that some of them change a bit depending on your background or your race. Well, I say race out of that. Your background or your gender. And not just people calling you sir or man or shepherd, that's interchangeable, but it's one of those things of like some people in the game will talk to you differently depending on your gender. Like some of them might try to hit on you more if you're female, so on and so forth, that kind of thing. And quite frankly, I just like playing this game. And there's a few classes I never really used before. Like I've used Sentinel, I've used Infiltrator especially. So I was like, alright, for this one, because for the FemShep one, I rolled the dice and it gave me Engineer.
Thrusters, check. Navigation.
This one I was like, you know what? I'll play as a biotic. Why not?
All systems online.
Because my favorite characters in the game are the ones that be throwing around that blue psychic kinetic energy.
Your captain will be pleased.
I mean, two of my favorite romances in the game, Liara and Jack, both biotics. Miranda, also a biotic. But it's also one of those things that just like, I mean, you can be like, oh, what about Kaidan? What about Kaidan? Look at him.
So that's incredible. Besides, specters are
Not doesn't sleep over Kaidan for his biotics.
Call me paranoid.
I mean, hell, even I think Rex could do it too. And Rex is awesome.
They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
How do I? Yeah, I say.
Shakedown runs.
So there's more going on.
I keep thinking, it's like, how do I want to go about this? But my thing is like this: if I end up the options to my FemShep one, then that's fine. I don't want to just go the complete opposite direction and be like, well, okay, these are the options I'll pick for this, this, or this. It's like, no.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
But then it'll be like, okay, like, the reason I'm doing a side-by-side one is because, especially in the first game, there's characters I can come across where I might not have them on my team, or I might end up having to get rid of them, or I might end up killing them. It just depends on what decisions I make as Shepard for the female one, and obviously your choices will come over and carry over into the next game.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust Arturian gas.
You know, in hindsight, maybe I don't know how I feel about my hair being white now, but I dig it. You know, stands out a bit more.
I have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Although I feel bad for...
See if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck,
Because if
Commander.
you look at Navigator Presley, I feel so bad for him now that I think about it, because he's just minding his own business to an extent, and now he's just like there.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take
But then he
orders
just sees
from
my
the
full head of
Spectre.
hair that I not only twisted into braids, but also
Do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets
dyed
in the way.
for no
You
reason.
watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
That's something that's also funny too. It's just like
What do you think, Commander?
when you think about it, it's
We won't
like,
stay around
yeah,
Eden
I'm in
Prime
the,
too long, will
I'm
we?
technically
Reaching
in
for
the
some real
military because
action?
I'm in the
I
alliance and
sincerely
everything, but
hope
it's also
you're
just
kidding,
like
Corporal. Your real
I
action
came from
usually
a,
ends
I was
with me
my character
patching
in this
up
one's a
crew members in the
colonist.
infirmary.
That's the only reason I didn't get the buzz cut with the like little designs on the side, because I was like, nah, if I'm from a colony area with like a
Marines are ready to
village thing,
fight.
I'm just
They
kind of
just
like,
fix
you know
us up
what,
when we're done.
it's fine.
I know
I'll
how
give him,
things
I'll
work,
give him
Commander.
braided hair.
I've
Seems
seen
more
my share of
appropriate.
combat, but it's foolish to go looking for trouble.
And in the eyes, I kept
could
thinking, I was
both
like, do
take
I
a
want
lesson from the
blue? Do I
captain.
want yellow,
He's
red,
not
and
afraid
stuff?
of
And I
combat.
said on
He
it,
knows
I
the
was like,
value of
a
restraint,
light
too.
purple.
Sorry, Doc, but this
I
waiting's
digs it.
killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Oh no, Jenkins, you were such a pivotal character at some point in your life. And I feel bad too, because he's basically that
Do your
stereotypical,
job,
like,
follow my orders,
young,
and there
up
won't
and
be any
coming,
problems.
like,
Easy for you.
military
sir.
person that's
You
trying to
prove
prove
yourself
himself to
on
his
cruise. Everybody
higher
knows what
ups.
you can do.
So he takes on a
This is
mission
my
that's
big
out of his
chance. I'm gonna show
wheelhouse,
the
and
brass what I can
then,
do.
yeah.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to
Although
mess it up.
the only difference is like
Don't worry,
you,
sir.
you just
I'm not
meet
gonna
him
screw
in
this
the
up.
first part of the game, so it's one of those things that's just
The
like,
captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye.
you're like, oh no, Jenkins, if something happens to him, but it's also kind of just like, it's like the guy that's like 2 days from retirement or something, and he gets like
Commander
one last
Shepard,
job
I
or
was hoping
something,
you'd
and
get
he's
here
like, alright,
first.
then I'm done for good,
Give us a
I'm
chance
out,
to
I'm
talk.
on, something like that.
What about?
It's like
I'm
you either get the
interested in
young
this
up and
world
comer
where
trying to prove themselves, or the
crime,
old like
I've heard,
grizzled
quite
veteran
beautiful.
trying to
They say it's a
do
paradise.
good by as
Yes,
many
a
people as possible
paradise.
before he's like
Serene,
done.
tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has
I also
become
really like the
something
idea that
symbol,
Turians have all this face
hasn't
paint
it?
stuff, because that just
Proof
looks
that
sick.
humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also
It's a shame it's
protect
not
them.
red though, because that would go really
How
good with
safe
this
is it,
outfit.
really?
If you've got
Or
something
if
to
we
say,
had,
just
or if he
say
had
it.
the little white
Our people are
lines.
still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really
Oh,
going
it's
on.
Keith David.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert
Yeah,
pickup on Eden Prime.
everyone kind of spoils
That's
it.
why we
It's
need
kind of
stealth
like,
systems
you're like,
operational.
well, they don't normally send like
must be a
specters
reason
here.
you
It's like,
don't tell
okay,
me
well,
about
that's
this,
something to
sir.
keep tabs
This
on
comes
there,
down
'cause
to
that
the top.
sounds suspicious.
Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation.
It was Prothean,
It was Prothean.
which I find funny that they say it to you
What else can you tell
in
me?
the same sense of like you're supposed to
is
know
big
what that is. It's like,
The last time humanity made a discovery like this,
never heard of
we
them.
jumped
It's
our
like,
technology forward
it's like,
200
are you
years.
sure, Shepard? It's like,
But
oh,
Eden
I came from
Prime
a
doesn't have the
colony,
facilities to handle something
village
like this.
that was
We need
attacked
to
by
bring the beacon back
raiders.
to the
Like,
Citadel
that,
from
no, I
Rocksteady.
don't know what that is.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere
Like they
human
did,
interest,
Shepard's
Commander.
just
This
stupid
discovery
in the
could affect
game.
every species in
Like,
Council
that's why they're
space.
always asking questions, because they genuinely don't know anything.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
Which kind of makes sense if you
humans
pick the
don't have
one
the
on
best
Earth, or
reputation.
like the
Some
colonist
species
one,
seem
where it's like,
selfish.
yeah,
It's
you're
one
not
of
very
its
well
independent.
educated because you came from these areas, and you had a
Sharing
rough
that beacon
upbringing.
could prove
But
relations
then,
between
like,
us.
if you're like a
Plus, we need
spacefaring
inside
person,
expertise. They know
and your
more about
family's been in the
Protheans than we do.
military and stuff, it's like
The beacon
some
is
of
not
these
the
stories
only
might have been
reason
passed
we
down
have
to you.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander.
Also, I think if you
He's
pick
here
the
to
space, spaces, whatever it's
I
called,
guess that explains why
that
I bumped into
origin,
him
then I
every
think
time
your
I turned
parents, or at least
The
your
Alliance
mother,
has
is
been
still
pushing this for a
alive.
long time.
Because I think your dad dies in
Humanity
like the
wants a
first
larger
contact
role
war
in
against the
shaping
Turians,
interstellar policy.
or something like that.
We want more say with the Citadel Council.
But they don't get
The
like a
Spectres
proper
represent the
voice
Council's
actor for her.
power
She's
and
kind of just like
authority.
there, like,
If they
hey,
accept a human
love you,
as their allies,
son, or
It shows
whatever,
how
and it's
far
like
the
just
Alliance has
there.
come.
Not many could have survived
But I think
what you went
it
through
gives
on
you
the
different
cruise.
dialogue
You
with
showed a remarkable
Liara
will
at
to
some
live,
point,
a
because,
particularly useful talent.
well, if
That's why I
y'all,
put your
I'm
name
pretty sure
forward as a
anyone who's
candidate for
played
the
this game
Spectres.
knows who she is. If you don't know who she is, I mean, you know who she is. At some point.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Is that alright if I talk
It
about
is neat.
spoilers for a game that's been out
We're counting
since
on you.
I need to see your skills for myself.
forever?
Eden Prime will be the first of several missions.
I mean, that was their first time
You will be in
watching,
charge of
but
the ground
I mean, if you
Secure the
know, you
beacon and
know.
get it onto the
It's like
ship
an
ASAP.
inside joke of sorts,
Nihilus
which
will
I think is
accompany you to
fun.
observe the mission.
Why is this beacon so important?
Also, I like
Advanced
how I
galactic
came out with both the
civilization is based
characters.
on Prothean
Fem
technology.
Shepard is beautiful,
Even
Male
US.
Shepard is like
If we hadn't
handsome, and he has
discovered those
he
Prothean
has like a
ruins
good
buried on
curvature on the
Mars,
face.
we'd still be stuck
The
on
hair is
Earth.
looking
That was
nice.
just a small
Eyes
bit.
are real like
What
distinctive.
we learned from this beacon. What if it's a weapons archive?
Like, and I get
Can't let
it,
it
sometimes
fall
it looks a
into the
bit
wrong
rough
hands.
for a game like this. Like, granted, it's
Just get to work,
HD and
Captain.
it's
We
remastered,
should
so
be
it's
getting
like,
close
you know,
to
touched
Eden.
up
Captain, we got a
in a lot of
problem.
places.
What's wrong,
But it's
Joker?
also one of those
Transmission
things
from
just
Eden
like,
Prime, sir. You better see this.
I don't know, it just
Bring it
feels
up on screen.
off sometimes.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
And then these motherfuckers can't hold things steady. Not gonna lie, I
Out
never
after that,
really
no comm traffic
like,
at all.
thought
Just
the
goes
Reapers
dead.
were. Like, granted, I know they're a scary
Reverse
thing in
mode
that
38.5.
universe, but at the same time, I'm just, the whole time I was sitting there thinking, I'm just like, first of all,
Status report.
they just look like giant
17
crawfish,
minutes out, Captain.
and I
No other
can't be
alliance ships in the
intimidated by
area.
giant crawfish.
Take us in, Joker. Fast
Which is
and far.
funny though, because everyone
This
here
mission
takes
just
it
got
so
a lot more
seriously. Now,
complicated.
granted, a giant squid is scary in the ocean,
Without drawing attention.
not as much
It's our
on
best
dry
chance to secure the
land.
beacon.
Grab your gear and meet
Ooh,
us in the
no,
cargo
but a
hold.
colossal squid, that's scary anywhere.
Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
I mean, a regular squid or octopus, if it latches on you, that thing can peel skin off with how, like, how the suction cups work sometimes. But, like, if they really get on there, generally
Engaging
they're like a
stealth
bitch and a
systems.
half to get off. But it's one of those things of just like, oof.
Somebody was doing some serious digging here,
It's not
Captain.
awful, but it's also not great.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
I don't know, I kind of wish
Approaching drop
Jenkins
point
was
one.
like a reoccurring person.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
Fuck.
I'm
Spoiler,
faster
he
on my
dies
own.
immediately on sight.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
I don't like putting my life in the hands of a Turian, sir.
Nihilus is on our
Ooh,
side.
whoa, hey, Shepard, that's a bit,
We've
bit
got his back,
racist.
Captain.
The mission's yours.
Come
now,
on, your
Shepard.
parents,
Good luck.
I think, taught you better than that. It's a weird thing to think
Approaching
about,
drop
is like,
point 2.
because again, it's like, if you can make your character kind of like anti-alien in this game, and the whole time I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm just like, you can do that just because, like, they kind of like get over it after like into like the second game, sort of, where it's like, depending on your choices, it's kind of like you're still pro-human, but you're also not anti-alien, really. And then by the third game, you're just all the way in like, yeah, no, we are just cool. But it's also a thing where it's like, I think each game gets progressively more... What's the... Fucking stay still. God damn it. Okay. There we go. It gets like progressively more desperate in its situation, because the first thing that happens is like, okay, yeah, there's this big threat, and then afterwards you're like, hey, this threat is still around, I'm just
We need to
throwing
finish
that
the
out
mission.
there.
Aye, aye, sir.
And then by the third game it's like, hey, this threat is here, just letting y'all know. I'd be mad as shit that way if I was Shepard. Just 'cause like, well, that's the thing. I'm sure Shepard's plenty mad, but it's like I'd be really pissed off if like my first mission ever. Well, not my first mission. I guess my first mission considered after being like the sole survivor of having everyone I've known, who I was probably cool with to an extent, just die in front. God damn, I can't. There we go. Just die, and I'm just like the sole survivor. Which, yeah, sounds awesome. It's like a Fallout title, you know. Oh, the Wanderer, the Vault Boy or something. No, the Lone Wanderer. That's what it was. It was the Sole Survivor, the Lone Wanderer, the Chosen One. I can't remember which one that one was from. What's it? And then like something. Like that's kind of what I think about when it comes to like Shepard. Shepard is just, well, that's the thing. Everyone just calls him Shepard or Commander or her, obviously. But when you think about it, you're basically a walking legend to these people, like a god amongst man kind of things. Like you do the impossible constantly, and then you recruit people, and then either by association or just through like helping them through their own stuff, it becomes another thing where it's just like, yeah, you're great, and so are they. So y'all great together, but y'all basically the legends of y'all's area. It's like, oh, this person's like one of the best soldiers out there. Yeah, well they follow your orders, and they will all admit you were better than them, or at least that you were just that dude. So it's like, praise from them also goes a long way. Barrier. I love the little effects for these too, especially when it's like barrier or attack armor. It looks nice.
You the one in charge here, sir?
And then it's just like little things like that I always found enjoyable. Is like, because it's a weird thing to think about though, because that's one of the things I think Dragon Age kind of does a bit better to an extent, is that when it comes to building up your characters, because you basically start off from nothing to an extent. Like, I mean, granted, it's like, okay, you're like a noble from this area. It's like, I mean, you are a noble in the sense of you have a bit of privilege, or you came up from a nicer upbringing.
Until the Geth overwhelmed us.
But you are not the ruler of that area, not even close. You're usually like the next in line or something like that. Or you can be like, alright, you're an elf, you work with the Dalish, or you work at in an alienage, which is like the slums of the world, or of like Denerim and stuff. But then you also got stuff like, oh, okay, well,
what else do you know about the Geth?
Like, if you have magic, then you go to the tower, so on and so forth, as it goes, basically. But again, what I find funny about that is just, there's so much you can, like, you basically start with nothing, no one knows your name or anything, and then it's like, yeah, you become a Grey Warden. And while, yes, they are legendary people in their own right, it's one of those things, right? It's a title, and not everyone appreciates that title, and it's your job to convince them otherwise. Because, like in this game, it's basically like, oh yeah, Commander Shepard is just always, he's always been great. Like even from like the get-go, like, because again, it's in your origin story. It's like you were either a war hero that butchered the shit out of everyone, or like the sole survivor of something that would have killed or broken most people. So you're just like that guy, and I'm like, all right, fair enough. Like, that's how the story begins, and that's fair, you know. You don't always have to start specifically from the bottom. Come on, just damn it, just against the, there we go. Like, you don't always have to start from the bottom, but in a game that's about like progressively getting better and getting more like things, it helps sometimes. Come on, get behind the fuck. Okay, come on, get behind the. Okay, screw this. And yeah, I do prefer the classes that just let me use abilities and just spam pistols, because pistols are my favorite kind of gun. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still nice to have other things like shotguns and snipers and whatnot, but the simple handgun is like my bread and butter. I love it so much. Woof. Oh, well, never mind. I guess he's just dead. And I already have my go-to weapons in this game. Now, I love. One of them is the.
This is the dig site. The beacon
It's
was right
basically
here.
the
It must have been
equivalence of
moved.
like a,
By who?
well,
Our
it's
side,
like a
I guess.
revolver or a
Hard to say.
magnum or a Desert
Maybe we'll
Eagle.
know
It's
more
called
after
like
we
the
check out
Carnifex
research
hand
lab.
cannon, and it shoots slow, but it hits like a truck, and that's why I love it, because I always try to go for headshots. Because that was my thing
Think
as the
anyone got out
infiltrator.
of
I
here
got like
alive?
an anti-material
If they were lucky.
rifle,
hiding
or
up in the
basically a
camp.
rail
It's just on the
cannon,
top of this ridge,
and then I
up
got the
rails.
Carnifex, or any other like revolver kind of gun. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. And then you can modify it a little bit too. That's one thing that I miss from the other games. That, like, I mean, technically they have skills in the later games that give you special ammo types, but like, there's a lot more customization and modding in this game for the armors and the weapons that they kind of don't have in the later ones. They kind of simplified it to an extent, which is kind of sad. Yeah, because even in this game, it's like there's no real weight limit to your items or anything. You can have as much crap as you want within your inventory limit, and you don't really get slowed down for it, right? The problem with that, or not the problem, but the thing about that is also a thing that bothers me is, one second. Good thing I, oh, wait, hold on, I'm stuck. What's going on here? I'm not shifting my body. Like, oh god, hold on, am I glitched? No, okay, well, how about, no, I dead ass cannot turn. Come on, Shepard. No, other way. Go back. Go back. Do I got? I don't want to have to reload this. Come on. Don't be like that. Come on. Okay, we're gonna circle around for a bit, and then okay, yeah, look at that. Wait, did I walk in the wrong direction? Was that the game telling me that I was going in the wrong way? Well, shit. Now I feel stupid. But yeah, like, the weapons in this game is like, they had so many crazy, like, interesting ideas that they just didn't carry over, and that always bothered me some.
It's a good place
Oof.
for ambush. Keep your guard up.
You know what this reminds me of? Y'all know who Vlad the Impaler is, right? The guy who inspired Dracula and whatnot, and how
What did the Geth
I mean,
do
I'm
to
sure
him?
you know why they call him the Impaler. If not, Google it. He's actually an interesting guy when he's not being a, you know, horrifying monster. But, you know. But yeah, that's another thing in this game that I like, is that instead of just having access to like a handful of weapons, because I think Andromeda did that too, where like you could use any weapon, but in this game it's like you can use any weapon you want, but you're only proficient with like a handful of them. Except like if you play soldier, you can use every weapon just fine. But if you're like for instance, like I'm a biotic, I can only use pistols. But at the same time, I'm still able to wield other weapons, snipers, shotguns, etc., etc., etc. And that's why I got the extra skill for the shotguns at least, because that's at least decent for close range. I probably should have got electronics, but I don't really feel like hacking everything all the time, so I'll be fine. Like, I technically could have played a Vanguard, because that's a pistol shotgun biotic combo that's multiple people.
Thank the Maker.
See, right there, she says thank the Maker. And that's why I keep thinking like, this might be in a similar vein of like, that's why I always keep thinking back to like Dragon Age. Because when they say stuff like that, I'm like, okay. That's the thing, they reference the Maker in here, but in this game too, I think Ashley brings up being Christian, so God is technically a thing here as well. So, it's either just a little nudge, wink wink, nudge nudge reference to a different game that they're in, or from, or that they're just hinting at, or it might just deadass be them being like, oh yeah, these are connected universes.
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but
Or
he's
maybe
always
even
been a
like
bit
connected
unstable.
realms. which wouldn't surprise me none, because the fact that they have light speed travel and different like areas they can go to, there may be an area where the Dragon Age thing is happening, and what they call magic might just be like something else entirely, like a what's the best way to describe it? Multiverse?
My voice must be heard.
Oh my god!
Oh no, parallel universes. That might be what I'm thinking of.
You can't just go
Maybe.
around whacking
I
people
don't
in
know.
the head.
It was only a matter of time until he did something crazy and
Knock that
dangerous.
guy's silly bone off.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Keep in mind, that's also not a good way to describe.
Korean in the area?
Well, I say describe. That's not a good
sorry.
thing to
We haven't
deal
left
when
the
someone
shells
has
since
some
the attack.
bout of psychosis. You're not supposed to just knock them upside the head. But it works here, if you don't, especially if you don't question it. So it's
some
fine.
type of
It's
data
fine.
module from a galaxy
We all
wide
good here.
communications
We all
network, remarkably
friends.
well preserved. It
I'm
could be the
pretty sure
greatest
that guy's
scientific
still
discovery of
alive.
our lifetime. Who knows what secrets are locked
Pretty sure you're
inside?
not supposed to knock somebody out when they're on.
Technologies, groundbreaking
You know, he'll just have a
advances.
really,
The
really
possibilities are
good nap.
endless.
And we'll just leave it like
Williams,
that.
take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Yeah, so
I've got it under control.
Nihilus ran into Saren. Saren is apparently turning traitor. That's kinda how that just went. And again, since I'm streaming them side by side, I don't want to have to sit through the same cutscenes like over and over again, you feel me? Like, I'm not gonna skip, I'm not just gonna like skip cutscenes, but I'm gonna skip like certain bits of it where it's just like, okay, like, if you know, you know, if not, there's only one main thing you need to take away from this, which is that, you know, that kind of thing. But again, it's, like I said, it's fine, it's not that big of a deal, ain't no harm, ain't no foul. God damn it, die. Also, the melee is very basic in here, which I do appreciate that in the later games they at least give you like power hits, because it's like, oh yeah, you're a biotic, or you can do this biotic like slam or whatnot, or you can use this, or you can do like a stab attack, or you can do like a dual stab attack, or you can explode your gauntlet at an enemy. And it's like, that's a nice little touch. And then the multiplayer, if you try doing it with special characters, they all had like specific abilities. Like the Krogan can headbutt, but the Krogan warlord will like slam down his like shock hammer, which is really good. Then you got like the ninja ones, I think is what the Phantoms. I think, yeah, they fight with swords.
You're okay now.
And then
Nobody's
you got.
gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around
What
the
was it?
ship.
Not the,
They would've
not
found
the,
us for sure. We
not
only
those
want lives.
guys. I'm thinking of like the, not the Varric.
When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
They're not called Musk. They're like the little short guys. You know what I'm talking about.
We made a break for the sheds.
I want to say it's the Varrics, but I think those are the like little rat-faced
Tell me
people
everything you
things.
remember about the attack.
God damn, I can't.
Three
This
of
is
us
gonna.
were working the crops when
I
the
gotta
ship
look this
showed
up later. There's the people in the suits that aren't the Quarians.
I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down.
And then I
No
think there's
way
even
they
like
survived.
cyborgs or something that have like special flip kick moves or some crap when you hold the button down, and they basically just spin around and knock the shit out of people. Although I do find it funny though is that they're all
You know anything about
cybernetics,
the protein
so if
beacon
they
they
get
dug up?
stabbed by an enemy and they fall over, it's like, oh yeah, they died. I'm like, how? Oh, they got stabbed in the heart. They don't have a heart. Like, they're all wires and stuff. It's like, that makes no
I have to
sense.
go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers.
It's
These
like,
guys
oh,
are
maybe they hit
soldiers.
a critical
Maybe we should
area
figure
in
this
their
out.
chest.
Jeez.
Why is it in there?
Shut up.
I don't know.
If there's something you're not telling me,
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major.
In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You greedy
I
bastard.
mean, I guess, I
You
mean,
weren't
like,
running for your
again,
life.
in the grand
You were
scheme
running
of
to check
things,
on
it's
your
not the
merchandise.
biggest thing in the world. It's
No,
just
it's
like,
not like that.
okay, they just pay us
just
to
knew
look
there
the
was
other
some
way,
packages here, something
and
we
they
could
put
use.
stuff in the
I
shed
found a
sometimes.
pistol.
But as far as they know, they don't. They don't know what's in it. They know it's. They're like, okay, look, it's not drugs. As far as I know, it's not people. It's nothing too crazy.
You sure there's nothing
So you
else
don't
in
have to
here
get
that can
too
help us
mad
out?
at us. But it's also me
Yeah,
just being
there's
like,
one more thing.
no. He's like, I want whatever you have.
More than I do.
I also like the idea too that I can just rationalize with people, but also threaten them at the same
I
time.
don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Would you rather be a snitch or a corpse?
Powell. His name's Powell.
No honor among thieves.
That's all I know, really. So let's try to keep
Also, like,
things
I also
strictly
find that
from
funny
here
that
on in, okay?
Ashley's like, oh, there's no honor amongst thieves. I was like, yeah, now when you put a gun in someone's mouth, it's like, oh, neat. Ah, see, this is why I need the electronics to go up. Can I have one of them do it, maybe? Can Caden do it? Is that like something he's able to do? See, I don't know.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Also, I find it funny that, like, Nihilus just got shot, and I'm just like, isn't he supposed to be the Spectre? You know, the best of the best. Now, granted, like, it's not like he could have seen that coming. But at the same time, it's like, you dropped your guard way too easily in an area where everyone got massacred.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
What the hell are you talking about?
There were two Turians here. Your friend and another one he called Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back.
The only thing I could think of is like
Just like he
Nihilus
could see me behind the crates.
probably looked at the whole area before, like scanned everything. I was like, okay, whoever's here is no longer here. They're not back, and it's fine.
Probably going after the beacon.
Or he took all of them out. He's like, okay, this area is like clear now for the most part, or whatnot. They might be back, so I should keep my guard up. Then Saren came by, and he was like, okay, I can relax. Saren's here now, which means he either trusts Saren a lot, or Saren just has like the skills to pay the bills, to where it's like, oh man, me and Saren are here. We both got this.
What?
Easy.
No. I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler. Who cares? My supervisor's dead. The entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought
Yeah,
you'd
sounds
actually
about
need
right.
those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Hand over those grenades. Now.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
Ah, see,
We
I
need to
knew I
find
could
that
put an
beacon
extra
before it's too
point into
late.
like one or the other.
Take the
That's the
cargo
problem when
train.
you
That's where the other
don't
Turian
have
went.
enough points, but you can't do nothing about it.
I can't stay.
And because this is like the
Get away from all
introductory mission, I can't just come back here and talk to him later, because this is the last time we see him. He's basically just gone now. God, that's gonna bother me. See, I have barrier, but I also have shield boots. I need to utilize both of them when I can. Ah, damn, I missed. Sturdy. Maybe that's a dreadnought, or I'm just missing. Either one seems like a possibility at this point. Never mind. Oh yeah, that is something I remember from like the third game's multiplayer. There was a there's like a Geth Juggernaut or Dreadnought, whatever it was called, and that thing had like rocket launcher, like drone turrets, and a whole bunch of other. That thing was basically a walking like tank. Like it was slow as shit, but it hit like a truck and could like shred damn near anything. But again, I never got to use him because I had the Krogan Warlord, and I thoroughly enjoyed him because his whole thing was like, yeah, I'm melee based, but this melee is gonna hurt. And then when you knock down an enemy with your melee, you get help. You activate like the Blood Rage, so you end up like healing more. And oh, shit, I'm about to die. Nope, nope. Ooh, oh, okay. Barriers up. I'm good. Heal. Okay. I gotta stop being so reckless. Hey. See, that's what happens when people get complacent. That's like a big thing with this game. It's like once people get too complacent, bad things happen. Alright, and we're taking a ride.
Set the charges, destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
And that's one of the things that I always never seem to get was like,
the Geth must have planted them.
It's like, okay, he's planting the bombs. I get that. We're disarming the bombs. Why do we know how to disarm bombs? Like, you could be like, oh, well, it's part of your N7 elite training or whatnot. It's like, oh, okay. Question though, when did we learn how to do this? And that's just something, because again, that's one thing that I always wondered too, is like, if you're able to hack something, or encrypt something, or decrypt something even, or bypass systems, and, okay, I need to stop letting these motherfuckers get so close. Okay, come on. And, right, oh, this would be perfect too. Can I get him? Oh, damn. Yeah, no, he dead. He ain't getting back up. Neither of them, apparently. But like, is it them doing that themselves? Because again, like, you know, old days used to cut wires and stuff, but is it just them doing that, or is it just the Omni tool doing it for them? Kind of like a, what's the word? How you, like having a, goddamn, get out the way. Yeah, like it's like plugging something into the wall and just watching it like be like, okay, systems overriding 10%, 20%, and like it does it for you. Now, granted, that's still an amazing piece of technology if that's the case. But at the same time, it's like it doesn't show the skill of the hacker so much as just them, the device that they just use to automatically do it. But I could be wrong. I still like this though. It's like, because all you see them do too is just like wave their hand over it with the little Omni tool, and then it will bypass something usually or override something. And I'm just immediately thinking like, this is like a huge Star Wars thing. I'm starting to think, and you could think like, well, what are you talking about? Like they wave their hand and stuff just happens, like magic, like the Force. But at the same time, it also reminds me of like any other form of media where like you can just cast magic with your hands. It's like, yeah, okay, that also makes sense. But then again, I'm not entirely sure how the technology here works. At least not for all of this. Because this is a very lore heavy game, so they explain so much, but also so little. Oh, he's dead. See, I could have done the electronics thing instead of the shotgun, but I'd rather have proficiency with the shotgun. Oh, you know what I wish they did? Like a lever action one or something. Like, cause why not? You know, you fire it, pump it, fire it, pump it, fire it, pump. Like it's so, lever actions are so much fun in video games. Oh, especially in Modern Warfare 2. You know what I'm talking about, the Model 1887. That gun is so OP. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. You never forget your first time finding one of those. I remember I found one time. It was a guy who was dual wielding them. I walked around like the Rock during the rundown and just started gunning people with it. I was like, bah, 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 bah. Oh, it was so much fun.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
You know, it's weird. When I did the other one, it was Caden, so maybe it's just your romance option that you have to throw out the way, or at least your potential one. God damn it, Ashley, you should have known better than just randomly go over and be like, oh yeah, let me just start cooking some stuff. Watch out, but just die right there. Oh yeah, the little squid ship thing. Which is weird because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be alive, but it's also not.
We identified the ship that touched.
I always wonder what she looked like without all that armor. Not like that, but like, you know, in like casual clothes, because she does look crazy, like a Spider-Woman, but not really.
One of the humans may have used it.
Well, she's calmer than I would have been. I would have smacked the shit out of him for trying that. Like, he's in the middle of his, like, fit of rage. He's just throwing stuff around. She just kind of looks up at him and just tilts her head to the side to dodge something flying at her head. It's like, God, that's so... She's so cool.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'll live.
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down
Man,
there.
I hate when I oversleep too.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
I expect better of my people, Williams. You endangered our entire mission.
Don't be so hard on her, Commander.
I mean, to be fair, that's not wrong. It's like, if she didn't start doing all that to try to and have the beacon nearly activate like that, then it was like, okay, we wouldn't have been in that situation. But at the same time, it's like, maybe it was already still there to activate, but even if we went to secure it, no one knows if that would have just set it off again anyways. So,
But I detected some unusual.
I mean, we have a destroyed beacon, so they're probably
I also noticed
kind of going to be annoyed about that.
Signs typically associated with intense streaming.
Because when you think about it too, it's one of those things of just like, yeah, that was supposed to be a huge discovery, and now it's a problem, and... One thing I've noticed about my character so far is that he just has constant drooping eyes. Like, he just looks like a sad puppy all the time.
How's our EXO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Like, that's the thing. She's a hard ass to an extent, and maybe slightly racist, but she's also just like...
I don't like soldiers dying
she's
under my
a
command.
good soldier. She can shoot, and she can fight.
You did a good job, Shepard.
It's just that her social skills need work.
Ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading.
Yeah, I figured as much.
The Council can kiss my ass. I won't let them blame me for losing the beacon. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Gith, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates.
There's so much racism in Mass Effect
Why?
1. That's crazy.
He thinks we're growing too
Which is
fast.
kind of weird considering that in Andromeda they kind of gloss over that from time to time.
Most of them don't
Actually, no, a lot of the race, like, even the new alien race, was it the Angara? They're always like, oh yeah, I know, some of these new races are interesting, especially the Asari. They're just so blue, and I'm just like, okay, I can see where he's going with this.
Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
But even then, I'm just like, come on, man,
Before I
dial it
lost
back a bit.
consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision?
Aw,
A vision
sad
of
puppy
what?
dog Shepherd.
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people.
Also, a lot of these lines feel like they're the same in terms of what he's
We need to
saying.
report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell him? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored.
That's the thing. I never liked the Council on Mass Effect just because, like, even like after everything Shepard does, it doesn't take until like they never take his like stuff seriously. They're always kind of just like trying to everything he does or says or whatnot, and I'm just sitting there like,
This attack was an
come on, like.
He has the secrets from the beacon.
I'm taking like I don't like being the guy too small and horn here, but Shepard's a war hero. Amongst other things, he has the skills to pay the bills, the credentials. He's not a liar, and like.
He's a Spectre.
Now you can make the argument of this one of like, okay, yeah, the council really likes Saren because he's one of their own. It's like I get that,
When have they ever done anything for
but
humanity?
come on, like y'all can't keep denying stuff like this. It's
The
like,
Council will revoke his Spectre status. I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the
they're so terrible sometimes. Like I do not like them.
We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker
All
to
right,
bring us
well,
into dock.
that's enough for the first part of Shepard's story. So I'll see y'all around.